here in Malta for Sigma Europe, and with me is David Yatom Hay of Soft2Bet. David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now, regulations in iGaming, that's an ever evolving topic. How do you keep up with that?
It's a difficult task. We try to. I think we're quite successful. It is challenging. The industry and the regulations are very dynamic, especially when we work in numerous markets, such as the ones that Soft2Bet works in. It is a challenge, but when you have a professional team working for you, you have external advisor consulting you, and you have an amazing product team that aligns to all of the expectation. I think that's a winning formula, and that's what we're trying to do, and what we've been successful so far. Um, it's always a chase, especially when you penetrate more and more markets. Then you need to align again and again. I think we've developed a quite successful formula. And
Right. So you are Soft2Bet's general counsel. How do you keep, or how do you ensure that the company, as you've mentioned, it's because every jurisdiction they have their own regulation. So how do you, make sure that you're following and you're being compliant with those?
So over the last year, we've penetrated a few very interesting markets. We just recently launched in Ontario, Canada, and I think using that as an example is might be relevant to this question. We investigate very thoroughly each market that we go into. We've set the independent compliance individuals, separate compliance individuals that are looking into that market. They're consulting our product team. Our software and platform itself is very agile, so we can adjust it to any new regulations.
Yeah.
We do a lot of heavy lifting before we go into those markets. And we make sure that the preparation in advance is as thorough as possible, so we can smooth the entrance into into such territories. Obviously, there's more things that fall in which is marketing and advertising. So we keep up with advising the internal teams. We do training to make sure that everybody are aligned. And we hope for as little hiccups as we can. It's a formula that's proven itself, so hopefully it will stay this way. And yeah, no.
Any other markets that you are looking at right now?
So yes, honestly, we're very excited about the opportunity in North America. As I told you,
Okay.
we've recently launched in Ontario, but the more exciting market is New Jersey. So we're hopeful that by the beginning of next year, Q1, we'll also be launching our operation in New Jersey. So that's the first footstep in the U.S. Not yet. North America has already happened. Now we do the U.S. and hopeful that from there, sky will be the limit. We'll expand to more and more countries. Appreciating that there's not a lot of iGaming states right now, but we're slowly going to push out to where we can. We believe that we have a very unique product. I'm very excited towards what's going to happen in the U.S. right now because we're bringing in change. Personally, I feel that everything right now in the U.S. have to offer is pretty much similar to from one another. I really urge you to wait to what we're having to offer in the U.S. market, and I'm hopeful that the guys in the U.S. will appreciate it as well.
Right, and do keep us posted once you launch in that market, in the US. So we'll definitely watch out for that. Very exciting times. Now, David, I want to ask about responsible gaming. What's your thought about that? And what's the take of Soft2Bet in terms of, making sure that responsible gaming is followed?
Yeah, so I think responsible gaming is it's a difficult topic to deal with. First of all, because there's a lot of unexpectancies in this field. So one regulation from the other obviously changes. There is some sort of a baseline that aligns with everybody, but you see the differences between one regulation and the other. And I think that the challenge is to try to find a homogeneous approach across all of them that will fit your own standard. Also, would make a commercial viable sense and would make sure that we're not stepping on any stones along the way. So our approach to responsible gambling is obviously that we want to stay as compliant as possible. We have a very dedicated team, very a professional customer support team, very professional AML and a responsible gambling team. They are fully aware of all the regulations. As I said before, we have training. We make sure that they're aligned with these standards, and we always constantly check them. But we also constantly check them against the commercial viability, which is also important. We want to make sure that we're still profitable, and that's also what we offer our client. And we're always careful to do so, but we're trying to find a balance. And I think that's what's important.
Yeah, very, very important. Now, David, I want to ask you about, licensing a bit. Is there like a unique challenge in terms of that?
I think, yeah. So we obviously see a very big trend right now of territories, all states starting to regulate themselves. I've been in the industry for quite a lot of time. You were speaking about the golden age where regulation wasn't that popular.
Right.
It sprouted over the last 5 to 6 years. I'm going to see more and more regulation coming into play, more states coming and regulating and putting licensing regime. I think it's a challenge. Yes, it is a challenge because it's not only trying to be compliant with the regulation themselves, but also making sure, again, that there is a commercial viability in penetrating those markets. You see markets like Italy or Greece or Romania right now that are putting a lot of restriction in terms of market penetration themselves. You need to put huge guarantees in order to be able to even put a foot into those markets. I think that's a challenge to a lot of small operators. Soft2Bet itself is quite a big operator, so it's easier for her. But I think it's also important to have competition and have variety in the market, because once you block the small ones, then you don't give the players what they want. And I think that giving the player more opportunities is what's driving the market. I think that's what Soft2Bet is doing. They want to push the industry. They want everybody to be innovative. Our CEO Uwe have been speaking about it quite a lot. And we want to improve the industry. It's really important for us as an organization, and with that, putting those restrictions on market entry is just not fair for the entire industry, and that's a little bit disappointing. We'll see. I think it's a dynamic industry. We said it.
That's true.
I think that would change eventually as well.
Yeah, so many great points there. Now, David, we're here at Sigma Europe in Malta. I want to ask about, what's your takeaway from this event?
It's always lovely to come to Malta and always lovely to meet everybody here in the industry. I think it's been an amazing event. We're just about to conclude the third day. I'm pretty sad. It's next year we're gonna see it faded away from Malta. Although I know that we'll have different
We'll still
ones.
have it in Malta. The Sigma Euromed still
Yes.
happening in Malta September of next year, and then we'll have it in Milan, the Sigma Central Europe.
Yes, so that's also very exciting. But still amazing. I mean, the experience, getting to meet everybody, and the lectures and the panels. We also had an opportunity to participate in. I think it gives you an amazing experience, knowledge, and once again a chance to connect with the industry, and that's great.
Yeah, David, we appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.